into today's folder. So week 5, Monday's folder, I moved the final graffiti project turn-in spot. Now, some people have turned things in that they need to fix. It's not a big deal at all. I have not gone over the project yet. So if I sent you any messages, no big thing. This is not due until Wednesday. But basically, I have the written instructions like I usually do. I have the slideshow, and then I have the rubric or the graphic organizer, which I believe yours is at top, that you should already have downloaded. So what we're going to be doing is bringing together work we've done this week on graffiti. And you're going to be creating a breakout wall drawing. Now this is a mixed media piece, which means that you are going to be using graphite pencil, and then you have some options to add the embellishment part. So the embellishment part is completely up to you what you want to add and how, and I will get to that in just a second. On Friday, I went over the practice wall, and everybody should have had that completed by today. And that was like freehand or using a straight edge / ruler and figuring out the best way to draw bricks for yourself. Now we're going to take that technique and we are going to create our own brick wall drawing. Now, as I flip over to this, let's see if that's not working. I will have to cannot see. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that drawing again. I have it step by step in here as well. I hate when links go missing. So let me get into fully. Here we go. So I will find this tutorial that is missing. Super fun. How this is going to work is you can follow along with the tutorial that I will fix, or you will watch look at the step-by-step instructions. And you are going to create your own brick wall burst. Notice there's cracks around it. Notice it should fill up most of your paper. Okay, you want it really large. I don't care what direction your paper goes. Most people put it horizontal so they have the space. You are going to draw that wall. Now, what takes time is the shading, because you need to go in and you need to shade in between the bricks. Some are going to be thicker than others. Some are going to be rounded. Some are going to have cracks in them. The cracks on the outside should be shaded. You should have shading around like where the actual breakout part is in the wall. So all of that takes time. Once you're done with your brick wall, you are going to add your own fun personal element. Okay, now you can do that with collage. You can add a silhouette with Sharpie, which I will show you. You can add your own drawing. People have photographed their brick wall and then put it in Ibis paint and then have added digital work to that. It is completely up to you. Now, when you're drawing your brick wall, you do not want it to look like a puffy cloud. Think about if you've ever walked down an alley and you've seen chunks of a wall fall down. It falls very organically and very rugged. So you want to make sure you draw that shape in that manner. So you don't want it puffy. Everyone should look a little different, but you want to draw large on your paper. Now you're going to do the bricks. Okay, you do not have to use a ruler if you didn't like the ruler, or you can start with the ruler and then go in and round out everything, on your own. Okay. Notice the progression. And then this is the part that takes a while, is going in and adding all those shades and shapes, adding the cracks, going in. Notice the more you add to it, the more realistic it looks. That is our goal. Okay, we don't want it to look like something flat. We want it to look like it literally is a wall that's broken off and there's chunks of brick exposed. That's why you shade the edges, because it's like it was plastered over and it fell off and then this is exposed behind it. Does that make sense to everybody? Like that's kind of where that is. You can see the details here. Like they even added more cracks, they rounded areas. This is the silhouette part. If you want to draw a silhouette on a different sheet of paper and then cut it out and add it, you can do that. A silhouette is just a simplified outline. Okay, so notice this is clearly a giraffe, but there's no details. Okay, it's just an outline of a giraffe. You could do a silhouette. I have magazines on the back wall behind you. You could cut out stuff from the magazines. Now you have to be very strategic with that, and you have to cut around the lines and the edges, and then you want to think about placement. Do you want this to be popping in front of the wall? Do you want it to be inside the wall? So you want to really mess around with the placement of what your element is, okay? Because that matters. Now, digital. I've had students turn this in, like to the bottom right. That is not what I'm looking for. Okay. You need to remove the background. So if you wanted the killer whale on here, cool. Go find a program. There's like removebg.com that removes the background. So you would just have the whale. This student, you can see how she drew it on her paper. She photographed it and then she put it in IBIS paint and then she added color and craziness to it that way. So this was her plan and this is her final. So you can see the two. So that's fine as well. But again, this wall is missing the cracks. It's missing the details. Is it just threw a rectangle on there? So this is where I'm looking for more of like the detail and the craftsmanship. Here are some examples. So here's the start of a wall. And then here, this is when it was digital as well. So you can see the spirals on the notebook. So they photographed it and then they digitally created this dragon and added it in. Here are spiders that this student drew and cut out very intricately. And I love how the web's coming down. But the placement is really, really important. Here are some other examples of student work. This one, the student created these digitally and then put them on. The student added this first. So she drew her bricks around her fist. Student added the Kool-Aid dude. There's lots and lots of examples in here of student work. You can decide again how you want to add this. This was added with Sharpie. You can draw it on another piece of paper, cut it out, glue it on. Here's a silhouette. You can see here how the paper was cut out. I would have also cut around the hands and the hood, but otherwise it's super great. I have the watermelon in there twice, I guess. Leaves. Is this making sense to everybody of where the direction that we are going with this project? They are nodding. Okay. Remember, all of this is in Schoology. Today's folder in the final project also is the graphic organizer you need to turn in all of your work this week. So does anyone have any questions?